Speaking of freedom fighter, though, okay, someone that did lead in opposition to the incumbent state and does want to bring about actual material change to the working class, Bobi Wine of Uganda is challenging the election results in court, which is great to see. Last time I saw it, he is still under house arrest by the military. Samo asking who's better, Navalny or Putin. If I have to pick Putin, but I mean, you're splitting hairs here. Bobi Wine, last time I saw, was facing an immense amount of persecution. In house arrest with him, his wife, and his family, while armed military members of the establishment government blocked off food, supplies, and even U.S. ambassadors from getting in. Highly recommend everyone to go check out Left Reckoning. They had an interview with Milton Alamati, who is one of the, in my opinion, one of the preeminent academics when it comes to African geopolitical dynamics. And I think he detailed it perfectly that even that the sign of a U.S. ambassador wanting to visit Bobi Wine, okay, and being denied so is indicative of a lot. It's indicative of one, that the U.S. and Western hegemonic power and neocolonial power no longer has faith. And Museveni, who is the current president of Uganda, who's been in power and been a military dictator for decades and decades, and they actually support a somewhat radical Bobi Wine, who, I mean, cloaks himself in sort of communist aesthetics while having a pretty run-of-the-mill socialist policy set, like democratic socialist policy set, I would say. Not that that's a knock. Like that, I think it's an obvious improvement over Museveni, but again, indicative of like where this is heading, that we see the U.S. becoming frustrated with its puppet dictator that they themselves put in. Like we put in Museveni. The fact that like we're now trying to visit his opposition leader while he's in house arrest and not try to visit Museveni, I think is quite indicative again of where we're heading with Uganda. And hopefully we see some significant change. My one caveat to that is that if Bobi Wine capitulates to Western influence and becomes another like neocolonial liberal leader now instead of just a military dictator, there's massive issues there as well. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Like that's like hopefully we don't have like a Lenin Moreno situation with Bobi Wine if he does somehow get into power through this.